Hey everybody. Hi, this is Dave. I wanted to talk about something today. I was a former BYU student. I actually graduated from BYU, and all this stuff that's going on right now with Holland and the LGBT community and all this stuff that's happening. Even though I'm not LDS any longer, I left the LDS faith about 11, 12 years ago. I still believe absolutely in those who are private universities. I remember when I had to sign a code of honor that I wouldn't drink, that I wouldn't smoke, that I wouldn't do other things that were offensive to the beliefs of BYU, right? And their principles and their sort of commandments, if you will, of what they believe sincerely. And I was not LDS at that time. So I had to actually go in and sign my name, meet with a bishop when I was an LDS, but I wanted to go to BYU because of the moral principles and the values that they had. I felt like that was a good, positive thing for my life. And so I decided to actually commit my life when I signed going to BYU. I commit my life of those beliefs that they had. Now, you have to remember, I was not Mormon at that time. I became LDS about 3 years later when I was a senior. And unfortunately, in some ways, I wish I joined earlier because I could have saved a lot more money, because there is an extra amount of money if you're not Mormon that you have to pay in tuition compared to those who are LDS, right? So I remember that I had to make that commitment, that signature that I had to do with the code of honor. Now, it was a big thing, and I did not drink, I did not smoke, I didn't do the things that they said that you cannot do, because they have that right. They have that ability to tell us who are students, these are our beliefs, these are our commitments that you must sign off so that you will follow, right? Now, at that time, this is in the 80s, right? When I was listening to Holland's comments regarding the same-sex marriage and LGBT and all this stuff, you got to remember, if there are individuals who are LGBT who go to BYU, they make that same decision. They make that same commitment to BYU, right? That they will follow the principles, follow the covenants, the commitments, whatever it may be, to be accountable and responsible with the teachings and the beliefs of BYU. It is a private university. It's not like a lot of universities that are public and you can do whatever you want. They make that decision. BYU makes that decision with their beliefs. Now, I want to emphasize one thing that I thought about. Because I made those commitments and decisions, and it was in the early 80s until 1985, I didn't see anybody going out and having signs about wanting to smoke, wanting to drink, and having groups saying, no, we want to drink, we want to smoke, we want to do these things, right? Because it was against the beliefs of BYU, and you had to abstain from those things. Even though I did drink and I was not Mormon, afterwards, when I left BYU, or summers, I would have a beer with my friends or do whatever. But the difference is, when you're at BYU, you make that full commitment to live that way, okay? So with the LGBT community, when they go out and they're trying to get groups of people to go against the policies and try to get other people to believe that it's okay, that's against their policy. So you got to realize that if you don't like it, then you must go to another university. if you don't like it. That's their choice. You sign. Okay, so I don't know why it's a big deal. They have the right to defend the beliefs that they truly believe in, and you have the right and the freedom to sign and accept those beliefs. If you don't like it, then leave. Go to another university. That's their choice. That's their right. And that's also your right too as well. So why don't you think about those things and not get so caught up with saying, well, you must believe in us and our beliefs and try to accept who we are. You can accept, but you can't act out on them. Just like I couldn't act out on those things if I wanted to smoke and have a bunch of people smoking at BYU, I would have gotten kicked out. Now it's getting better. Trust me, it's getting better. They're more considerate, more loving. I remember when I was at BYU and I was in the library and there was a young man, about 24 years old. He was Mormon, and unfortunately he was kicked out because they found out he was gay. Now that was in the early 80s. I don't think that is the case anymore. The thing is to not act out on it. That's the thing. You have your rights. If you want to be gay, then you have that right to be gay. You have that right. But if you act out and you're trying to go against the policies, BYU has that same right to say, no, we don't believe that you should be doing this. You shouldn't act out. You shouldn't be promoting LGBTQ. I mean, it's just, that's the way it is. And I think if people fully understood that, then it makes more sense. So I hope this thing, I'm not against gay people. I have gay friends and everything else, but I have to support BYU on this, even though I am not true blue anymore. I'm not, even though I'm a BYU alumni and I love that university and there were great people there and honorable and just cherished people that I remember very well. And it was a very important part of my life. I can respect what BYU believes because they are a private university. Hope this helps. If you have any questions, write down below. And if you want to subscribe, that would help my channel too. Thanks so much, and God bless you all.